Okay, so here we are, out on the runway. We're not parked in our usual spot due to obvious reasons of the last video. As you can see, that's right where the drivers, where the AI drivers drive through. Okay, welcome back to Forza Horizon 3. Now, this is the car that we did up last time. The previous video seemed to get quite a lot of views, which is interesting. Quite a lot of popularity on that. So I thought I'd do another video. And this time I thought I'd choose something even older. Something that, well, would have been powerful at the time. But it isn't really that powerful to today's standard. So I'll just show you what that is. It's a car that I actually already have, and I've been wanting to do some upgrades on it, just to see what it's actually capable of, for a long time. So here it is. It's the Jaguar Mk 3.8 from 1959. So let's get in the car. Let's have a quick little look at this. Here we are. I'm pretty sure you can open most stuff, yeah, so yeah, you can see the engine, see the interior, all the doors open. Let's have a quick look at the interior. There we are, nice wood up on the dash there, massive steering wheel. Quite funny, almost looks like there's a screen there, but I presume that's just some sort of compartment. It's not going to be a screen in 1959. Quick little look at the trunk. Not bad, quite a spacious trunk. And we'll have a quick little look at the driver's seat, and then we'll move on. So this one's done 4,263 miles. No, not 1,000 miles. 4,263 miles. That's it. That's all it's done. Interesting enough, the counter only has 4 digits. I mean, did they only expect it to ever get to 10,000 and then stop, or what? I don't really know what the thinking of that was there. But anyway, let's have a quick look and see exactly what we're dealing with here. So 0 to 60 is 8.4 seconds, which really isn't that bad, especially back then. That would have been pretty powerful. Top speed 122. Once again, back then, that, I mean, there definitely were cars that went faster, but that was still really good back then. And the 0 to 125, you know, that's a bit irrelevant, really. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get out there, see what this thing's like. Okay, so here we are, out on the runway. We're not parked in our usual spot due to obvious reasons of the last video. As you can see, that's right where the drivers, where the AI drivers drive through. But yeah, let's give this a go. Let's see what sort of speed it gets through the speed camera. Here we go. A lot of wheel spinning at the start there, like it can't lay down the power. Almost just putting some better tyres on this would make this faster. Up to 60 there, that didn't take too long at all, really. Not for a car of this age. Into 4th. Climbing up onto 100 miles an hour now. There we are. Speed camera is coming up. 110. 5th gear. Oh wow, actually has a 5th gear. 111, 112, 113. Hitting the speed camera now. 114.16. It's not a bad figure. But let's take it back to the shop. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, so here we are. As always, we're going to start right at the end, seeing what we can do with the engine swaps. So currently we have, well, 3.8 basically, 220 horsepower engine, Let's see what else we've got. So that's a 3.2 litre inline 6, which immediately gives us 101 horsepower. Otherwise, you go straight up to a 6.2 litre V8. That seems like the way to go. Can we also convert it to all-wheel drive as well? Brilliant. And stick some turbos on there, or a supercharger. See, on the curve there, you see the supercharger has the power at the start, because there's no time that it needs to spool up, essentially, which means the power is available right from the start, which can sometimes improve the 0 to 60. What does it say on here? So it's 3.5 with the turbocharger, with the supercharger, and it's 3.35. Yeah, so there's not really much difference. So we'll just stick with the twin turbo, and then we're pop all the way back to the left, and we'll just start upgrading everything, just very similar to what we did last time. There's no reason why any of this shouldn't be in the car, not unless you were trying to just install the stuff that makes a big difference, without affecting the weight too much. But a lot of this stuff helps. I imagine there's proper tuners out there who know exactly what to put in and what not to put in, if you're literally just absolutely trying to go for the top speed. But that's not what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to see what it's like once it's upgraded, what sort of speed it can do on the runway through the speed camera, compared to what it was before. So now we're going to go into brakes. Brake is always a good one to upgrade, because not only does it improve the braking, but also the car gets lighter, which is also a benefit. Ride height, meaning it's lower as it goes through the air, so there's not so much drag. Also less body roll on the car, always helps with the anti-roll bars. And we'll also put a roll cage in, just to help that as well. And then we'll do the old weight reduction, which on this car is quite a bit because it's an old car. And then put the clutch in, transmission. Once again, taking out the stock transmission always helps, to be able to squeeze a little bit more out of the car. Right, now this is really where it's going to improve, because I imagine the wheels, the tyres that are on the car at the moment aren't really helping it at all, compared to what they could be doing. As you can see, the handling, the acceleration, the launch, and of course the braking goes up a lot when we select the plus 0.23 grip tyres, which are race tyre compounds. I should have just said that in the first place. So let's also make the tyres fatter. So these are the front ones. There we go, and the backs. So you can see they're very thin actually, and then we can make them. There we go, brilliant. Won't remove the rims, just because I like to see how fast we can make the car while still keeping the classic look to an extent. Obviously I don't mind putting wings on if they're going to help as well, but I do just feel like putting the rims on can just make the car not look like the car anymore. And it's nice to have a little bit of a sleeper, you know, even if you do have a wing on it. So speaking of wings, that's the last thing to look at. What sort of things can we do? That's adjustable. That one isn't. Yeah, we'll go with the adjustable. Oh, horrible ring. Whoa! You can actually turn it into a police car. You can have the little wing on the back. That's fine. And what can you do with this? Well, apparently that really helps, so we shall do that. Okay, let's install this. Oh, wrong button. So we're actually losing weight and quadrupling the power, just over. Wow, so it takes it from a D all the way up to an S1. So let's install all that, and then let's see where the figures are. So here we are in the tuning menu. Right off the bat, we've already got some amazing figures. 0 to 60, 2.3 seconds. 0 to 100, 4.8. And top speed, 204.2. Which is amazing for a car this old and this, well, I was going to say, it's not heavy anymore because we did the weight reduction, but what was a really heavy car. So it'll be interesting to see if we can squeeze a little bit more out of this. Let's try putting that down a little bit. It's not really helped that much. Okay, that's just making 0 to 60 slower. Oh, there's a little bit more. Okay. Is that the best we could get? 2.2. Yeah, okay. 2.250 seems as high as we're going to get it, I think. Just try it all the way this way, just see what it does. No, that's not helping. There's not really a lot left, really. Most of the power seems to have already been taken out of it. But, you know, just increasing these figures just a tiny little bit at this level is so much, because you've got so much air and drag. You need so much power to get over it, to get past that point. There we go. Looks like we'll leave it there. Can we do speed on the aero stuff? Springs. Can we lower the ride height? Brilliant. Okay, and we'll apply all that, and we'll take it out to the runway. Okay, so here we are on the runway. Immediately, this car, it sounds so different. I mean, if you were trying to go around in this as if it's a sleeper, the noise is gonna give it away. But anyway, let's take it down the runway and let's see what it can do. Still a lot of wheel spin off the line, but it's got no problem getting to 60. It's got no problem getting to 100. The only thing I think is going to limit this is how quickly it gets to its top speed, maybe. Because its top speed's only just over 200 miles an hour, and as you can see, we're almost there. Just coming past the speed camera now at 202.84. That's annoying because it was actually going faster than that, but it changed gear. Essentially, if you were driving it manually, you could probably get more out of it. The only thing is, I won't drive in manual because I want to see what the cars do by themselves. I don't want the results to change based on whether or not it was driven manually or automatic, or if it was driven manually any good, and all this sort of stuff. So I'd rather just keep it in automatic, just so all the results are the same. We're going down the same track. We start from roughly the same point, as good as I can get it anyway. And usually we don't have to steer when we go down the runway. That's another thing as well. So as you can see from the little leaderboard that I've made, you can see that this car is actually a bit slower, which isn't surprising really. I mean, the Escort was made to be, you know, it has rally pedigree essentially, so it's not surprising that it was actually able to be made faster. I would have thought it, I mean, I'm not looking at the figures right now, but I would have thought it was a lighter car to start with as well, which would have been on its side. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and that's it.